Hi everybody, I'm Raeal the Protogen, and in 2025, I'm starting over. That might come as a shock to you, that might come as a surprise, but if you've been watching the channel over the last year, you know I kind of lost my way, I kind of lost my footing, lost a lot of the momentum I had last year because of things like impostor syndrome, chronic depression, just not being or feeling like myself in what I'm doing for my content, dropping VR chat entirely because of my own self-insecurities, and just a lot of stuff happening over the last year that almost was the end of the channel and the streams and everything I was doing again. So I wanted to make a video discussing the sort of things that I went through in 2024, discussing 2024 in general, and how I plan to approach 2025, because as much as you might want it, I'm not going anywhere. This video is not gonna be for everybody, but if you're interested in hearing me talk from the heart and just tell you guys like what's been going on with me and you know my 2024, then feel free to stick around with the video and like the video, leave a comment on it discussing some things you liked about 2024, maybe something I did in 2024 that you really enjoyed, because I'll be honest, I kind of really need it right now. But most importantly, I think it's important to have these kinds of videos to talk from the heart and actually talk to you guys. You know, I don't talk to you guys nearly as much as I would love to talk to you guys, so that's why I want to make this kind of video. But first and foremost, I want to apologize to you guys for 2024 because I really dropped the ball. I let a lot of things go that I should have been on top of like from the get-go, but there's a few reasons why things went the way they did with my channel and why I sort of disappeared for weeks on end or just didn't upload or didn't have anything to upload, and we're gonna get into that with this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for constantly supporting me, because you guys helped pull me through this, along with, you know, the therapy I've been going to, the friends I've been talking to, the people I keep close to me. They've all helped sort of ground me. Now, I want to preface this video by saying this is slightly scripted. There's so much to talk about that I needed bullet points to of things to touch on. So if it sounds a little robotic or sounds a little scripted, that's why. But just know that these thoughts are still my own, and these are thoughts that I wrote out on paper, so I had a physical representation of what my internal monologue was. Let's talk about 2024, man. 2024 was a strange year for me because it was one of, if not my best year personally, but it was my worst year professionally, or I guess as a content creator. With various things happening, of course, the health of the channel slipped in 2024. Videos that, you know, got 60, 70,000 views are now barely breaking 10,000, and with Twitch, I went from nearly a 300 viewer average to averaging just over 100 viewers. That's in combination of various things happening to YouTube's platform and Twitch's platform, but ultimately a lot of the issue lies with me and my own mental health throughout 2024. Numbers are not everything to me. I am fully aware of the ebb and flow of the internet, and I'm aware that that's what's affecting me right now. However, when you're in a low mental state and you rely on something like this as a job, numbers do sort of matter, and they can and will get into your head. But that's another topic we'll talk about later on in the video. And it has a lot to do with imposter syndrome. Basically, though, in 2024, I felt like I was underwater and I was drowning. And I was barely keeping my head above the water because there were so many new games coming out, and I was putting myself under so much pressure to play all the latest trending stuff. Like Lethal Company in the beginning of the year, we had Content Warning that came out. We had a bunch of multiplayer games and indie games that came out and made waves that I just couldn't get to because I just did not have the time or friends to play with. And from a content perspective, I literally felt like I was drowning because it felt like every week there were like 2 or 3 new games coming out that I needed to play to stay relevant. And it was putting so much pressure on me that I would burn out, man. And I would burn out so hard that there were weeks that I went without streaming. There were weeks that I went without uploading a YouTube video because I'm so focused on trying to keep up with what other people are doing that I'm not focused on what I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, I love playing these games, I love keeping up with what's popular and everything, but it just felt like there was this avalanche of things coming at me that I just couldn't keep up with. You might not know it, but I do all of my own editing. I do all of my own assets. I do all of my, aside from any drawn art you see on my channel in my thumbnails or like on Twitter or anything, I do everything myself. So when I see these games going public and getting really popular, I'm in charge of my own schedule, but I'm also editing all of my videos. I'm also doing all the stream assets for Twitch. It got to be way too much, and I was spreading myself way too thin, hence feeling underwater, feeling like I'm drowning, that I can barely keep my head above water. It was just a lot coming at me all at once. And in trying to pay attention to all this stuff, I felt like I was not able to be myself in a way. Like, I was still me, but I was burned out to the point where I was just playing a character of myself. And if you know anything about content, that's disingenuous. That's not something you should be when you're a content creator. You should be able to be yourself. And with a lot of the multiplayer games coming out, I don't have a lot of friends to play these games with, or at least I didn't have a way of contacting a lot of people when I needed friends to play these games with. So I didn't do a lot of Lethal Company. I didn't do a lot of, I think I did one stream of Content Warning. There was a lot of other stuff I didn't get a chance to actually try out because I just didn't have a way to do it. And that also made me feel like a failure, made me feel like tanked my self-worth, and started this snowball effect of feeling like I wasn't good enough for the position I was in. And again, led to that decrease in viewership because people can tell. People can tell when you're not fully committed to the content you're making, and they get that feeling that you're not into it, and they don't want to watch that. They don't want to watch somebody forcing something. And that's exactly what I dealt with pretty much all of 2024. Another thing that happened last year, specifically here on YouTube, was I stopped doing VR chat content. I think last year I maybe uploaded like maybe 3 or 4 videos that involved VR chat. Out of 36 videos that I uploaded last year, 3 or 4 of them were VR related at all. Part of the reason I abandoned doing VR chat content was because I really felt like I was a one-trick pony. Like, I was really feeling the effects of, the early days of the channel post-pandemic. Everybody was getting VR, everybody was interested in what this game VR chat was. So my channel popped off, I filled a niche that needed to be filled at the time, and people really vibed with my videos. But rather than seeing that what I was doing was making people happy and smile and giving people a place to forget about the real world for a little bit, for some reason, my brain took it as a personal slight that the only content people watch from me is the VR content. Now, I've had 6 months to think about this and really internalize why I was feeling this way. And honestly, it was really stupid. I love that what I do makes you guys happy. That I love that what I do gets smiles. Early on when I first started one of my original gaming channels, I always said, it doesn't matter if I have 1 viewer, 100, 1,000, or 10,000. If I make one person smile from my videos, that's a success in my book. And that's the sort of level of introspection and looking back and following my footsteps that I've been doing over the last, since October, essentially. Because somewhere along the way, I lost that mindset of, what I do makes people happy, and I should be happy that other people are happy, because I love what I do. It's not that I don't love what I do. I love VR chat. I love hanging out with my friends. I love making these memories. I would not change this for the world. But for some reason, my stubborn-ass brain was saying, no, you're not good enough to do anything else, so drop the thing you're successful at. That, again, was something that kicked the channel in the nuts, because suddenly, everybody that subscribed to me for doing VR chat content suddenly wasn't getting VR chat content. So why are they going to watch the videos? It's the modern age of YouTube, I knew it was a dumb decision at the time of making the decision, but I still went through it anyway. And that's why you've been seeing VR chat content coming back onto the channel. I do think the break was needed, because it made me internalize a lot of things. It made me realize why I was doing VR chat content in the first place. Because, one, I like making memories with my friends. I like hanging out with my friends. I like making those memories a permanent thing. My channel is kind of like a diary, I would say, of the memories I make with my friends, so I never forget where I've come from, what I've done, and the friends and people I've met along the way. But also, I just didn't feel good enough, I find myself constantly comparing myself to people like Lalathon or Cyberchimp, You know, these guys that, you know, they go around, they make amazing stuff for their channels. They go through and make like models and full-on like rigs, and they're able to animate and everything. And I'm sitting here with barely the knowledge of knowing how to port an avatar into VR chat. And that's where the imposter syndrome comes in, because I don't feel like I'm good enough to be in the position of being a VR chat content creator. However, again, the way I do content's different from those two, because I think the interactions I have with people are also very engaging. But it didn't stop me from fueling the self-doubt that I wasn't good enough, that people only watched me for the VR chat content, which made me stop doing the VR chat content, which killed the channel, which started this snowball effect. Needless to say, but I've been doing a lot of work on trying to fix that about myself, and I think I'm in a position now where I can say I think I am starting to climb up that hill again, and I'm happy with my content. You know, I put so much pressure on myself to make great content that, you know, every video has to be better than the last. And I think I've sort of quelled those thoughts where it's like, man, this is just supposed to be like a diary with my friends. Like, it doesn't have to be better and better and better. At a certain point, you're gonna plateau. And I think I hit that point. So we're bringing back the VR chat videos, and they're going to be a regular part of the channel again. And I'm doing them for fun. I'm doing them because I want to do them. Also, what I do, I understand hits a niche market. Like, I don't make content for kids. It's contrary to what like other people would want you to think. My content has never been for kids. It's never meant for kids, and I don't want kids in my community. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because sometimes y'all don't understand fucking boundaries, and it's creepy as fuck. However, that leads me to a next change we're making, which is the Discord server. So the mods and I have been working since December, probably October of last year, working on getting a new Discord server built to migrate the community to an 18+ and adult-only community. This doesn't mean you're allowed to post porn. In fact, that's still against the rules. However, no kids will be allowed in this community because my content isn't meant for kids. I make sexual innuendos. I get bullied by big dommy mommies in my videos. I drink alcohol in my videos. I make references to things that kids don't need to be thinking about in my videos. There is no reason that kids should be in my Discord server as well. So one of the big changes we're making, and it's probably the biggest one that I'm making this year, is the old Discord server is going read-only. You won't be able to interact with it, but you'll be able to like look at previous posts and everything for a bit. The new Discord server we're building, which is linked down in the description below, is 18+ only. Obviously, vetting this isn't perfect. We're gonna get some kids that slip through the cracks, but that's where our ticket system comes into play. So if you know an account is in there that is underage, you give us the proof they're underage, we action accordingly. But my community is not meant to be a place for children. And I came to this decision because I realized that with the previous Discord server, I wasn't actually active in it or talking because there were so many children in the server. You know, I can't reference my own videos because that's a potential 13-year-old that's gonna see what I'm saying about Angela sitting on my face, you know? It made me super uncomfortable too, because minors are soft role-playing with me, which is not fucking okay in the goddamn slightest, and y'all need to fucking stop that. Or minors will pick up Juno avatars and start role-playing with me as Juno in my DMs. That shit's not okay. Fucking stop it, please. I'm making this change because it'll make me the most comfortable knowing that I'm interacting with other adults. I don't hate kids, but they have no place in my community because my content isn't for kids. And that's why the Discord server is moving to an 18+ server. Now, while we are allowing more adult topics to be talked about, we are allowing people to be a little more risque with what they talk about, you know, referencing the videos, you know, stuff we would have to action before, but we don't have to now because we're moving to this 18+ system. It does not mean porn's allowed, but it does allow for more risque fan art, stuff that people have tried to post that we've had to take down because it just towed that line a little too much. And we're allowing people to more freely talk about adult topics. This doesn't mean politics, this doesn't mean porn or anything like that, but, you know, more adult conversations. When you do join this server, you have to be 18 or over. I don't care if you're a few days from being 18 or a few weeks from being 18. Be 18 or over, or we are banning people. This is my boundary. This is my line. That's the line I'm putting in the sand. Please do not cross that line. Now, with all that being said, with all that stress and, you know, my mindset put behind me now and out there for you guys to understand, I want to talk to you about some changes I plan to make for 2025. There's a lot of things I have plans for, but I think the most important things are that there will be one video a week uploaded to the main channel on YouTube, and I will stay on my stream schedule. I do not plan to miss a scheduled stream this year. And by the way, if you follow me over on Twitch right now, we are giving away a t-shirt from my merch company, Blue Screen Apparel, for every 100 subs we raise. But we've also got a ton of new stuff over on Blue Screen Apparel that you can check out for yourself by going to bluescreenapparel.com and checking out the new Xena bomber jacket. Maybe you want the Xena blueprint hoodie or the Juno hoodie. But I love to do giveaways for you guys because I love giving back to you guys in some way. So we're doing that over on Twitch. Come say hi, come check it out. On top of that, we're going to be doing more regular Patreon events to put into the YouTube videos. So if you want to be a part of those, check out the Patreon. Link is down in the description below. Like I said earlier, VR chat videos are coming back to the YouTube channel. So if you guys would like to see something specifically, leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see. I'm not really up to date with modern meme culture since I started disconnecting myself a little more from the internet. So if there's a meme you guys would like to see, or maybe a new Dommy Mommy you guys would like to see, bully me in VR chat. By all means, type it down below. Let me know what you think because I would love to do more stuff like that. Also, going back to focus a little bit on Blue Screen Apparel, for those of you that don't know, I did start my own merch company called Blue Screen Apparel. It is 100% owned by me and operated by me. And already has a ton of what people are saying is great stuff on there already. I can also attest to it, but, you know, don't take my word for it because, of course, I'm the owner. I'm going to have bias. There's plenty of tweets that people have been making. There's some reviews out there already of people loving the bomber jackets and all that. Check out Blue Screen Apparel. I think you'd love it. But that was my brainchild for the span of 8 months in 2024, which is another big reason for my burnout. Blue Screen Apparel will be one of my main focuses this year, with a lot of focus being on giving you guys the best high quality merch that I can possibly give you. One of the things I would like to do this year is track down and find a plushie manufacturer and a maker so that we can start getting plushies of Juno and Raeal again. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know. If you know anybody that can do like bulk order plushies, like put them down below because I'm looking. On top of that, Juno is getting her own body pillow along with Twofer, whose body pillow is up for pre-order right now and it's ending this week. Make sure go Blue Screen Apparel and get your Twofer body pillow because it's going away at the end of this week. But already Blue Screen Apparel has been incredibly successful thanks to you guys. And I want to thank you guys for that because without you, none of this would be possible. Buying stuff from Blue Screen supports me directly, so it's something I'm going to be pushing a lot harder in my streams and in my videos moving forward. And I know this has been a lot of shilling. This has been a lot of me just talking to you guys about with links and how to subscribe and stuff like that. Trust me, I understand it's very shilly, but you know, let's get it out of the way now and we won't have to do as much of it in the future. And that's all I really have to talk about. I guess if I were to have any short-term goals with YouTube and Twitch, it's for YouTube, I want to upload a video every single week. I want to comment on replies on the first hour of a video uploading. So if you are watching this video, comment down below. I'll be replying to it for the first hour. Long story short, to round out this video, I'm in a much better mental space now than I was at the end of 2024 and throughout all of 2024. 2024 was just shit. It really was for me. I was completely overwhelmed by everything, but now I think I have a much more narrow focus on what I would like to be doing and what I'd like to be focusing on. I know we're making some major changes this year. Maybe those will help, maybe those will hurt. I don't know yet, we'll find out. But all in all, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single one of you that watch my videos. Back to our regular scheduled video after this one, I just really wanted to make a video where I laid out my thoughts to you guys and talked about a few things, and I'm sure I didn't talk about everything that was going on in my mind, but that was definitely the most important. That's where I'm going to leave this video. It's a little bit rambly. I hope it didn't come across as like entitled or anything like that. Like something I'm trying to do is I want to keep myself grounded. You guys help keep me grounded and my wonderful mod team helps keep me grounded. So I'm sorry if this did come off as sounding entitled. 2024 was really shit for me, and I want 2025 to be better. And I think 2025 can be better. So thank you everybody so much for watching this video. I am Raeal the Protogen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Wagga, 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 wagga.